Hello guys, so let's consider leverage and margins. In foreign exchange, these terms are really important. First, I'll start off by reminding you guys that you do not have to, put too much time in understanding how this works. While it's important, while it's simple, your trading platform does this automatically for you. So if you get into a trade and then your account size cannot carry for that particular trade, the trade will not be executed. So your broker will tell you that you can't execute that trade. It will be reflected on your trading platform. Example, your MT4, that you cannot get into that trading sufficient balance. Okay, so the whole calculation, what we do here is to make sure that you understand every single aspect of foreign exchange, so you do not get lost anywhere and you don't make any mistakes due to the fact that there was misinformation, or you did not understand something properly. So we give you every single thing that you need. So yeah, leverage and margins. What is leverage? Leverage is one of the most important things in foreign exchange, as it determines what positions you can trade, what you can do in the foreign exchange market. It determines your buying capacity. So if you go on to a broker to register for an account, remember a broker is the body that connects us with the foreign exchange market. So we can come in with as little money as we have, as little as $20, to as much as $100,000. Okay, a broker is what now helps you to be able to fill in your orders in the foreign exchange market. They are the ones that quote the prices for you in foreign exchange. So when you go to register an account with a broker, whether it's a demo or a real account, you are being asked for leverage. So it's going to look something like this. They'll give you options. So it's going to be like 1:100. Okay, so 1:100. Okay, you have 1:200. Okay, it could be 1:250. Okay, it could be 1:500. Okay, what does this mean basically? If your broker tells you that you have 1:100, that means that for every dollar that you have, so for every $1 that you have deposited into this account, you can control $100. Okay, so if you have $1 on your account, you can take a position that requires you to have $100. Okay, leverage is just like the name says. They are giving us leverage. They are allowing us to be able to take on higher trading positions even with a small balance. So we can get into trades that we are supposed to have hundred thousands of dollars as a balance to be able to get into that trade, but we leverage, we can get into that trade with just $1,000. Okay, so while other people that do not have leverage in their favor, people that have a 1:1 leverage, because there's nothing, they get into the market at the exact price that it is quoted to them. Okay, so as a trader that uses leverage, let's say you are using a 1:100, that means that you can control the exact position that they have by having just 1% of what they have. Okay, remember that percent is calculated in hundred, so by just having 1 out of 100 of the original amounts that is needed, okay, you can control what they have. So this is, let me break this down for you. So back to lot sizes. Okay, remember, for a standard lot, so I'll keep it at this standard, which is represented as 1.00 on your trading platform. This automatically translates to $10 per pip. Okay, so for every movement on a standard lot, $10 is being taken out. I remember, like I told you from that picture in that particular lesson, that this means that you are purchasing $100,000 of that currency. Okay, and then we have the mini lot size. Okay, mini lot size is represented as on your trading platform, 0.10 on your trading platform, and is equal to $1 per pip in dollar value. And then this is when you take a trade with a mini lot size, you are purchasing 10,000 units of that particular currency. Okay, and I like to use USD for this because it's like the standard for calculating. Okay, it can differ a little bit if you are trading GBP quotes. Okay, but then for USD, right, this is how it is. Okay, so yeah, so what else? We have the micro lot, MICRO, okay, micro lot, and then it's 0.01. That's how it's represented on your trading platform. And then this is equal to $0.10 per pip, which is 10 cents. Okay, so $0.10 per pip, and then this is 1,000 units of a currency. Okay, so you remember that prices are quoted to you, in your core currency. So you have a base and core currency. So to be able to purchase, the base currency that you have, this is what is required from you. Okay, and then you now ask, I do not have $100,000 to buy 100,000 units of a currency. I do not have $10,000 to buy, to get into a trade, right? I do not have 1,000 dollars, to be able to get into a trade, because this basically with this lot size means that what you need to have this, to be able to control 1,000 units of this currency. So that is where leverage comes in. Okay, so once you have a leverage of 1:100, right, a leverage of 1:100, that basically means that you can, with a $100 account, control what something that is worth $10,000. Okay, so $10,000. And then how did I get this information? If you divide $10,000, so 10,000 by 100, okay, 100, you have what? 100. Okay, so 100 times 100 is 10,000. So, and then you want to find out if your leverage will allow you to get into this trade. Remember, once you know if your leverage allows you to enter, how you know if your leverage allows you to enter is once you've calculated the leverage and everything, the consideration is now made on your margin. So based on the account size that you have, based on the equity that you have on your account, a calculation will be made. If you are eligible to take that trade, a portion of your account will be taken aside for you to get into that trade. So the money is not deducted from your account. It's not a commission you pay to anybody. It's not taken out from your account. It's just needed for you to get into that trade. So let's say we want to use a 1:500 account, which is what a lot of people use right now. So the leverage offered to you is what 1:500, which means that what you need to have just one out of 500 portion. So if you are required to have $500 for a certain trade, right, you just need $1 to be able to get into that trade, and then you can multiply this. So let's say we want to get into the same trade right now with 1.00 standard lot size, okay, which now needs what 100,000 units of currency. Okay, so 100,000 units of currency. So 100,000 units of currency. So I'll clear this one out. So so remember that for whatever calculation you are doing on leverage, okay, the first thing you should consider is what the leverage that is being offered to you. Okay, so if it's 1:500, okay, if it's 1:100, okay, the whole idea behind this is you need from the required amount of units that you need to have to be able to purchase this in lot size value, right? All you really need for 1:100 is just one portion out of 100. This means that you need to have just one portion out of 500, and this is a really crazy amount. So imagine that for something that you have to buy, you need to have just one. So for something that is worth 500 naira, you need to have just 1 naira to be able to purchase it. That is the power of leverage. Okay, so let's go straight into it for this example. So leverage that we have for this broker is what 1:500. Okay, and then you do understand what 1:500 means, and then our balance is what $100, do not forget, and then we are getting to a trade with a standard lot size which needs what 100,000 units of currency. Okay, so let's go right into it. Okay, so I'll pull up my calculator now. So how we do this calculation is what 100,000, 1 2 3 4 5, okay, 100,000 divided by, okay, the leverage that is offered to you, which is 500, okay, and that gives us 200. So that means that to be able to get into this trade, we need what $200. And do we have $200 at the time? No, we are broke. All we really have at this point is what $100, which means that we can't get into that particular trade. Okay, so let's say that our broker, the trade that we wanted to take was actually different. So let's say that we wanted to use, same broker, right? 1:500. Okay, we still have what $100 account, and we want to get into a trade, but this time around we what 0.50 lot size. Okay, so 0.50 is the exact half of 1.00, which is a standard lot size. So this is now equal to what $5 per pip. Remember that what 1.00 is equal to what $10 per pip, and this is an exact half of it. Okay, so $5 per pip, and then if this is 100,000 units of currency, okay, rationally this is going to be what 50,000 units of currency. Okay, so let's go straight into it. So to calculate the leverage, all we have to do is what 50,000, okay, divided by what 500. What is 500? The leverage that is being offered to us by our broker. Okay, and then let's see if we'll be able to get into this trade. Okay, so the dollar value. So quickly clear this. So 50,000, sorry, so 50,000 divided by what 500. Let's see, so it's 100.